Jeff, you're on.
Hey, Luke.
Hey, and hello. My name is Luke Torrivillis, location scout from Ecomlocations. Welcome to this broadcast. We are here at Sydney Airport airside. Sorry for that slight delay. I've just been talking to one of my clients on a separate line. We are en route to runway 16 left, 34 right. Do a bit of scouting for our international clients, but before we get there, firstly a very big thank you to management of Sydney Airport for this wonderful opportunity to showcase this location. Big shout out of course to Cindy Packham for organising this remote scout today. I've shot here at the airport over the last 20 years and I can say that the team out here facilitating film shoots and events are just absolutely brilliant to work with. So thank you again for working with the film and TV industry and for making today's scout on the runway possible. Hang on, I think I might be getting some radio interference.
Yeah, coming in fine this my end.
I just wanted to highlight though that domestic borders are opening up and there are now more flights, so access to the runway is becoming more limited. There are still some opportunities, but that corridor is closing fast. But what a spectacular day to come out scouting. There is a few notes about this scout. We are doing a remote scout for our international clients who can't get out here. So the quickest way is to show this location by the technology of streaming. Some of you know that I've been doing some live streams in the past and I'm still fairly new at this, so please bear with me if things don't go smoothly. And while I'm on the driver's seat, I can't look at your comments, but maybe later I can have a look at it. So hopefully I can answer some of your questions if I haven't done so already. Now I do have to warn you that during this broadcast some audio may be muted as some of my clients may have some specific questions or discussions which can't be shared with the public. There is also a challenge to the scout in that we only have a limited time on the runway. It is an operational airport, and as you may have noticed, there are aircraft taking off and landing on runway 16 right. So we'll have a window of about 15 minutes only on the runway to get the shots that I need. We came up with an idea, however, to maximize our time out here, so hopefully it's going to work. With wireless technology, I'm using the ATEM Mini Pro. We've set up a multicam switching scenario which can be controlled by an iPad or remotely. I'm a bit of a technophobe, but thanks to some assistance from Kieran from Plushtown Studios and editor Miguel Valenzuela, they've hooked up some cameras and the ATEM Mini Pro so that I can just focus on getting the shots with the 5D. What's amazing is the offshore team can actually control the ATEM Mini Pro remotely, which is just insane. Now, if you've just joined us, feel free to comment and ask questions, but I won't get to your questions till later. And again, the audio may get muted. We are here at Sydney Airport airside, approaching runway 16 left, 34 right, and getting very close to the runway. We may hold short to get final clearance, which is what's happened in the past, or we may just drive on straight away. Okay, so we are actually heading south. In which case you would call this runway 16 left. And if you're coming the other way, northbound, it would be called 34 right. So here the piano keys coming up. Again heading southbound. There you go, 16 left. I think that's Port Botany out in the distance to your left-hand side. As you notice, there's a lot of skid marks in this area, as generally the piano keys are what pilots are aiming for when landing. And now for any viewers, there's just started watching the vision switching here is being done remotely, and while I can see it on my iPad, my eyes are on the road. I'm really excited about being here on the runway and a bit nervous, feeling a bit hyper, to be honest. But I'm excited because it's a rare opportunity to be out here driving on airside. I've always had a fascination for airports and aircraft, much like people who are train spotters. You know, I'm the guy who loves to take the window seat in an aircraft and look out during takeoff and landing, but that's another story. I'm nervous because we've had minimal time to test this technology. I've only done one real test with multicam switching, but this is a different ball game as we're on the move. We're on batteries, we have wireless, and anything could go wrong. And now that I'm here on airside, I'm not going to have any technical assistance. Oh, that could be my client calling as we cut out on one end. So hang on.
ですか？もう見れますか？そっち。はいはいはいはい。なるほど。了解了解。ちょっと待って。聞いてみるね。Look, the director says hello. It's all good there. It's coming through fine, loud and clear. Just he wants us just to carry on, and we'll mute the conversation when we need to talk about the specifics.
Okay, we're back. Anyway, some interesting facts about this runway. It's about 2.4 kilometers long. One of the ground staff verified is 2438 long.
So hey Luke, there seems to be some kind of audio interference. Is it like feedback from one of the cameras or something?
Yeah, look, unfortunately, I can't do anything. You might just have to mute it from your end. Unfortunately, I just
okay.
can't.
Yeah, I suppose we don't really need that. Yeah. Just make sure we turn it off and on when we need to, okay?
Alright.
Yeah, I understand you don't have time to fix it on your end, just carry on, but we'll let you know if we've got any major glitches. I don't want this to... And there seems to be like some kind of lag as well. It's a couple of seconds. I guess let's just keep an eye on it, eh?
Yeah, cool, got that.
I think we might... Yeah, looks like we're just gonna head back the other way. Alright, we are now heading in a north bound direction. And so now I'm going at about 100 k's an hour. The runway is super smooth, so I'm just amazed by the expanse of this place. Now, somebody asked me previously if you can do events here. Well, beside airside, there is landside, and there are areas of the terminals that you could use, both for filming and events. Some areas look like shopping centres, and of course, the international terminal is very accessible. Especially if you want to use the arrival section. I'm sure the activation team can get back to you on some of the lounges and departure gates at the international terminal, but that will involve a bit more resourcing of staff if you want to be on the other side of customs. But if you mean events on airside, I know Sydney Airport has done events over the years, but mostly most recently Porsche did an event right here on runway 16 left. I'm very proud to say that Ecomlocations introduced Porsche to Sydney Airport. For me, it was a no-brainer. Anyone with a fast car would love to have a once-in-a-lifetime experience of driving on the runway. There was a photo shoot and some video content that was shot the day prior to the event, and you can see some of this online. If you just type in Porsche launch control at Sydney Airport, you'll see what took place here. It was pretty cool.
まあそうですね。まあ空港で最近イベントをあったらしいんですよ。いや同じロケーションマネージャーやったんですよ。メーカーポルシェの、イベントをやってて、同じく空港を使ってロケーションとして、そう。まあ just a team in Japan. They're asking, can we get a tracking vehicle on the runway? And also, is it possible? The other question: can we use a chopper, like a helicopter, to follow a vehicle on the runway? Is it possible?
As far as filming cars on the runway with tracking vehicles and helicopter, yeah, it will be assessed on a case-by-case basis, but the answer is it can be done.
監督確認ですけど、低い地面に近い広エは GH4 から取る。そして、フロント3クォーターは 5D で取る。ということで理解していいんですか？はい、はい、わかりました。ちょっと待ってくださいね。So, Luke, just one last request. Just can we set up the GH4 as a wide on the runway? As a front and a front 3/4 would be great, just to intercut with the 5D and the GH4 from our end. Is that
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I kind of had an idea you'd like to do something like that, so I've got it set up so I can kind of move that around fairly quickly if I need. But again, we've got...
We'll just dance them around in those two formations, we'll be fine.
Yep. I just got to do it really quickly, that's all.
We're with you.
Okay. Cool, thanks, man.
So this car here, it's only about 2 months old, and it's the new Toyota Rav-4 hybrid cruiser. They're wanting to see a variety of shots. To learn scouting, this is the kind of stuff you have to do when you're presenting a car on the road, or yeah, it's great mileage, this car. It's getting on average 5 though coming back from the mountains the other day. I was doing 3.5 from Katoomba to Lake Cove. Drove the car with towing a caravan. I was doing 8.5 Sydney to Morisset, 8.5 litres per 100 k's. Going around showing different angles of this car, backlit. It's a bit toppy. Ideally you'd want to be scouting this. As a location scout, I've done a few car commercials over the years, and more often than not you use your own car as a placeholder or as a reference to a location. On this occasion I'm driving my new Toyota Rav-4, which just so happens to be similar to the new model that Toyota is releasing, which I can't mention. So it made perfect sense to use my vehicle. Now what's super cool about this Toyota Rav-4 hybrid cruiser, that it averages 5.3 litres per 100 kilometres. I thought it could do about 4.5, but that's standard city driving. But I've gone to the Blue Mountains and back, and it was averaging about 5.3 litres per 100 kilometres, one of the reasons we bought this vehicle is that it had a towing capacity of 1.5 tons. So last week we did a test and got away to Kiama and stayed at Kendall's on the beach holiday park, which by the way is a well-run council holiday park, so well managed by Clinton. Kiama is close enough and far enough, and the caravan, we are towing the caravan there and back. We average 8.5 litres per 100 kilometres, and as a hybrid that's pretty impressive. I'm ready to take this car and caravan around to Australia. I think we all need a break, right? And again, speaking of which, the borders are opening up, so the opportunity to use this runway is now greatly reduced. It's still there, but projects will consider on a case-by-case basis, depending on availability. Stand by, I think I need to answer a couple of questions here. Okay, we're back. Well, I think everyone is happy with that. And as you can see, into the background, and then batch shots, but this is a kind of an indicator in situ. Probably the things that we often need to also take shots of. It, as you can see it. Anyway, just to give you an idea, here is a 360 of the runway. Probably only about a third of the way down. Alright, thanks again guys for watching. Seems like we've had some technical issues with sound and interference or feedback, so apologies for that. Could be that there are so many radio waves around here, but we were using 4 different types of cameras and various wireless devices, both audio and video, so I'm sure that's played a part. And again, I'm not very technical, and I also haven't had a chance to monitor the sound, so I hope that was somewhat acceptable. Well, that went super quick for me, and you know, hopefully it didn't feel too rushed. It is an operational airport, and we can't tie up resources too long, but it is a wonderful opportunity to present this awesome location. So thanks again, Cindy Packham, and to Sydney Airport Management. And again, the possibilities of shooting here are significantly reduced, but who knows? No one can tell the future. while we're on the way back, I hope I can answer a couple of questions that people have had. So one question was about events. Sure, there are events that can take place here. As mentioned, Porsche did a driver experience here end of October, but there are other spaces on landside that could be used. Just contact the team here at Sydney Airport. They're fabulous to work with. Okay, someone had an interesting question. Well, it's more like a challenge. Sean says he will give $1,000 to charity if we can get Chris Hemsworth to pull a Learjet on the tarmac. Well, I don't know what to say to that, but I do know that the world's strongest man can pull a Hercules, which is a massive aircraft, so pulling a plane is not out of the question. And for someone who's got bulk, which Chris does have, I mean, it doesn't have to be done here on the runway. It could be done in a hangar, I suppose. So, hell yeah, I second that challenge. I'll donate $2,000 to charity if Chris Hemsworth can pull an aircraft over 10 meters. But maybe a 737, because I think a Learjet is too small, right? Does anyone know the size of a Learjet compared to a 737 versus a Hercules? Would love to know. So anyway, there you go. If anyone wants to run with that idea as a charity event, you should do it. I mean, COVID has had a devastating effect on people's lives, and I think we could do something really positive, and a charity event at the airport would be awesome. So bring it on. So okay, on that note, I just want to say thanks again for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Join me for other scouting adventures sometime down the track. So if you like, please share and like the page, and turn on your notifications so you will know when we do post up another video. So you've been watching Live on Location. I'm Luke Torrivelis, Location Scout. See you on the next one. Bye for now.